Live and into the action here for the final map of this grand final. Season 45 has all built to this moment. One map of Overpass between Evil Geniuses and MIBR, and one of these teams will be crowned champions.
Which one is the big question? EG shocked us on Inferno with that 16-3 win, and we thought maybe they could carry it over into Nuke. But no, MIBR had the answer there, so we end up here, I think, where we honestly should be because of how ridiculously back and forth this BO3 or BO5 has been.
Feels that way. Feels like it needed to be decided, and what better send-off to Season 45 than a full run in the grand final. Reminder, if you're just joining us, MIBR are already back-to-back champions of ECL. This would be the three-peat. The first time a team has ever accomplished such a feat in the history of this league, in all of its names. Premier, MDL, ECL, whatever you want to call it, this would be the first. For the Evil Geniuses, this would be their first title, their first championship for players who have been in this league for a very long time. And Insani, he's going to connect his shots early. BRN as well. They want that triple crown. They want to be kings once more. But Hex wants to knock it from their heads. Bomb not planted just yet. And Walko's right in the mix as well. His position, I don't think it's known. The bomb's in bank. It's going to be awkward to fight back out from this. They may just want to press forward, but indeed, Walko, he's identified Insani continuing his ridiculous form. And now the bomb cannot be denied. The round may just be gone. Hex, what do you got for us? 1v4. The USP to try and track down all of these kills in time. Deal with the bomb. The double swing. The 4K on for Insani. He's not slowing down.
I mean, Insani's got 2 4Ks and ace over the last 2 maps, already kicking it off here with 4. He's been ridiculous. Looking at his scoreline, Mike, 72 frags and a plus 20 kill to death differential. The most impressive one, though, is 107.8 ADR over 3 maps of play. The closest one to him there on both teams is Kenny at 73.7. He has been the standout player here.
By a long shot as well. By a huge margin. He has been commanding. I mean, it's something that he's forced attention to be paid throughout this year of play, right? Whether it's here in ECL or on site in Katowice, he has been just an incredible player. A new developing talent from this region, still so very young. And he might claim himself another title with his performance today. If so, I think everybody else on the team maybe owes him dinner.
Yeah, perhaps so. Especially on Nuke. I mean, that was a dominant performance.
72 and 52 to this point in the series. Plus 20 kill differential. 170 ADR through this series across 3 maps.
Yes.
100 plus ADR. That is otherworldly. Impossible to maintain that in a best of 5, but it just seems to get better and better. BRN now awake as well. That's a good sign. This wombo combo, the young guns just chewing through site defenses. That's what you want to see if you're a fan of MIBR.
Yep. Making it look easy here. Hexed. Last one standing. This was a force buy for EG, but, I mean, they barely got any shots off. Henny and Turtle, yeah, sure, they're damaged, but nothing. Kind of would be a shame for either of these teams to go out with a whimper on this final map, so hoping to see a very tightly contested affair. Next, could find one. No. Denied by BRN, who racks up a 4K of his own. So the young guns, the dynamic duo of BRN and Insani, are the ones to deliver most of the damage here as we kick off Overpass.
I know second round force buy is getting out of control. No pistol rounds making it happen here. No hesitation. No problems. MIBR. Triple nades into this one. We're going to wait to see if Monster Presence comes through and then nade the ever-loving heck out of it. It's not Monster yet. Construction instead, perhaps. See if they've got these rotating lineups. There's 2 targets here. This could be fun. Everybody's here.
Could be.
MIBR, they're kicking the hornet's nest. They spotted one. Here's the flick. The nades do fly. They find damage. Exit is low, but the kills, they aren't following. And Exit, he can just back away. A nade of his own. Bold move from Insani. But the round, it is done. Love the idea. Not quite able to capitalize.
And off we go to the first true round for the Evil Geniuses, where they've got the guns coming through for A1Ss and the AWP. On the other side, MIBR, I mean, they already invested into the AKs, so this is actually, I mean, it's a bonus round, technically, but it's not in terms of the hardware. This is a full-on buy for them. You can even look at the Galil and say, yep, that's okay too. Full util as well. Evil Geniuses. Something here. George, nade gonna get tossed out here, waiting with the A1S over in Monster. And a pretty standard setup for the Evil Geniuses. 3 players on the B site, 2 pushed up towards A and Fountain, but now have backed off. And Wildco's just gonna watch from long range. MIBR back to their slow, methodical play. Player spotted out. Damage being dealt both ways, in fact, and there's some more from Rush. Panel spam comes through, connects onto Turtle. But still, no commitment from MIBR. Junior over the tippy top of that smoke, keeping an eye on things. Now MIBR, I mean, they're just kind of going back and forth here from Connector. There is, yes, finally the first coming through. Turtle spotting out Rush. That could trigger a push into the B site. Time is starting to tick away.
He must have been boosted up on top of the central box to peek over. That's the... Well, no, actually, I suppose it could have been a boost up from the other side. Much more likely. Much more likely here. I'm getting a little too excited off the minimap. Space being taken out towards A. They could rotate, but you're right, John. Time is such an issue right now. So George just floated up. And actually, BRN taking contact here might be enough to sell this. But Walco's going to be able to pinch, so not too nervous about it. And they're realizing, they're reading. Junior needs to hit, and the flashbang just too lethal. Right moment, right time, but right fight found. Bomb needs to go down right this second. And Walco approaching from the flank. Can he quiet drop this? Waiting for Turtle to check, and he's got him.
There it is.
That Turtle. Out of commish. On to Exit. The captain must clutch. Was he spotted there? He's certainly seen George coming his way. And George knows. George knows. Toying with him. Trying to allow the space for his teammate to push up. And now comes the move. Exit, there's only one spot he could be in, but he slipped. He slipped their expectations. And now the defuse needs to be on. Time might be it. Time might be the issue. Walco knows he has to stay on this bomb, and Exit will find the kill he needs.
Wow, I mean, he had the molly, but it went right into the smoke, so it gave Walco some time to get the defusal, but unfortunately for him, no kit meant a full 10 seconds required, and without the reinforcements of George, the round is done. Well played by the IGL of MIBR, who actually rings true for his first 2 frags of the map. Mostly Insani and BRN before this point. That's an important one for MIBR to find. You know, they build up a little bit more economy, but it was more costly for them with 4 players going down. So they had to reinvest quite heavily. Evil Genius is on the other side. A half buy comes through. Junior gets the spot. Connects onto Henny for a little bit of damage, but, you know, Henny's not too bothered by that.
Not yet. There was a moment of excitement there. A chance for the Deeg to do something quite impressive. As it is, slow, methodical pace here from MIBR. Chewing up that bit by bit. Not even a chew, it's more of a nibble at this point. Just a little nibble as they clear out Connector. Realize that no one's here, and eventually do need to make a decision about which site they want to hit. like watching a bunny work his way through hay. Nibble, 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 nibble. And now they're ready for the meaty bits. Now they're ready for the good stuff. Ready for the fight. And EG are actually pretty ready for this approach as well. 4 bodies here. This round is not without its danger. Connection. Rush. Ready? No. Flashbang wasn't on. Didn't find its home. Junior. He'll find something. But the kills, not so much. Time enough to get this bomb planted. No problems for MIBR.
Yeah, if Hex manages to swing in that situation, maybe he's able to get a couple for himself because there were some low HP players around the corner, but they take him out before he can even do anything. And now Exit finds George through the panel. That'll be that. Pretty straightforward round for MIBR on the anti-eco. 5-0 in their favor on the T side of Overpass. And Overpass is one of those maps that tends to be more heavily CT-sided than the rest because of how quickly you can get back and forth between the A and the B site on your CT side.
Still early days, though. And now we got the guns up. Now we got the op up for Junior. Up on either side. This is one of those matches we highlighted. The potential pull between Henny and Junior. And this might be our best chance at seeing it. Where is Henny? Sitting outside of A for the moment. Space being taken here and towards connector. So Walco and Turtle could actually be the deciding factor of this round. Certainly will control the rotations for MIBR if they can't win here. Spot onto the first, but Hex realized it, and he gets the best of Insani in a straight-up fight. A clear for Walco as well. Now it's looking very good for EG, and those rotations are going to be so tough to pull off.
Yeah, BRN's coming in from the flank here. Gonna try and get some space there into the short bathrooms. Junior peeking around the corner. And George actually finds Exit. Dude, George looking away for a moment, and that could be his undoing. It is, but in the meantime, frags came through from Junior, and now Henny, the last one standing with the AWP in his hands, just going to have to back off here and likely try to save the op. Still a lot of time left in the round. 45 seconds. I think Locke's going to get him. Yep, that's it. EG have finally cracked the scoreboard.
One on the board. But that's only the first test passed. Only the first hurdle overcome. There's a lot more to do here. And the money, I mean, they've actually got a little bit in tank. Right? It's a pretty good situation to be in off of your first gun round, but now is where you got to capitalize. You're going to go for the first look. Did this with the Deagle before. He's got a slightly bigger gun this time around. Private utility, and Sonny goes down quite low. Walko, does he run? He's so close. Now he knows. Now he knows. And he's won the fight. BRN down. That thrust towards A, neutralized. And that's even going to draw the connector player back. Turtle needs to make sure the C4 is safe and bring it to join his teammates outside B.
So much damage taken here by MIBR. And the man advantage lies in EG's favor. You see Turtle and Henny, I mean, they're thinking about going towards this B side. And, you know, Turtle's going back and forth, making sure no one comes in on the flank because they have no information behind them. Now Exit says, okay, guys, let's go. We got the potential to get in towards this B site. Nades are going to sail through. 54 seconds left. MIBR is going faster than they usually do, which is good news because they have time to try and isolate these frags and get back into this round. It's not going to be easy. Molotov thrown for Toxic. Evil Genius is playing exceptionally passively here, and that's kind of dangerous. With that Molly flying in, Junior has to fight. He does get one at the Turtle, but there's the trade, and now MIBR has a chance to section off 2 players, and Sonny gets one. Hex, though, huge. Walco as well. That's the round. EG take it.
And 3 survive, and the op is retrieved right in the tail moment, so the money can keep building, so the bank can keep building, so they're building the fight on into this. And without the bomb down, MIBR might have to stomach an eco here. Indeed, I think they will. Conservative in the buying, as always. 1 hero rifle out. Love that they're giving it to Insani. And he says, young man, go fry. Let's see if he can reward them for it. Had to risk a bit of extra skin into this to get that, but I think it's probably worth it. It's going to make it easier for Junior.
Did he just throw that into the stairs?
Yeah, he fell off the trash can instead of throwing it off of the trash can, and so he just He just put it right in the dirt. Like Christian Hackenberg out there. But, let's see if it'll cost them. Probably not. Would have been some meaty damage. Damage it's not had for the moment. There's how long. Walk creeping in. And, well, nice time for Henny to look away.
Yeah.
Sets up Walko for the easiest kill of his life.
Still the threat of Insani here at the tip of the spear of MIBR's potential assault of this A site. 45 seconds on the clock. Smoke thrown so they can advance the nade. Oh, could have been chunky, but it only connects for a little bit of damage onto Insani as I think it clipped at the edge of the wall instead of going into short bathrooms. Insani around the corner. He gets the opener. Walko's down. They just need to find 2 more here and find that space in the bomb plant. Rush waiting at the corner. Can he punish? Yes, he can. 2 found. BRN comes through looking for 2 more, and he finds it. There's still a chance here, but time is ticking away. George firing away, trying to section off these fights, but it's not easy. It's not happening. Hex finally takes down BRN.
Bomb stuck. You even saw at the tail end there, Hex ran away because he knew they were about to lose it on time, and he didn't want to set up a double spray down. Couldn't cross that bomb to the dice, John. They just couldn't get over to the dice.
Unreal.
MIBR
BRN
gummed
gave
up.
him a huge chance, though.
Did indeed. Did indeed. But the chance right now is for Evil Geniuses to close this gap. One more. This is right back on, man. This is right back on. Something tells me, I know it's early, John, but it feels like one of those maps where we're going to go the distance.
It does. It does, doesn't it?
Bit will have his say in this one.
Yeah.
Calming the troops down.
Yeah.
Figuring out the game plan. But these 2 teams, it's tough to separate them.
Except on Inferno.
Except on Inferno.
It was a gulf.
16-14 the last time they matched up, though, so, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, well, let's pretend that was the score.
Quite the affair. Walko, nice bit of initiative there. Flashbangs are so good. That was Henny's flash. Oh, no. Caught Insani. A little bit of miscommunication there, perhaps. The big man is down early. Exit. Slip the gap. He's making noise, though. He's going to come back and clear this. The shot doesn't hit. Exit manages to B-hop his way out of that one, but still, it means that they're stymied. They've not got a ton of utility to spare at this point. There's only one more smoke, one more flashbang. Molly's at hand, but there's the one flash. Garen can't catch. Oh, that was close. But even with that kill, this round is still very difficult for MIBR to recover. They're going to take it towards A. It's the right read. Rush is a little isolated here, though Junior comes in to join. And it makes sense. You've seen that all. You know this is the softer site. But unfortunately, you've missed your window to capitalize on that fact.
Oh, no, and Walko just took down BRN.
He just pushed it. He just pushed it. Finally activated. Took a look up connector. So it's been too quiet too long. Speaking of pushing it. Nice spot for Rush to be in. Why is Junior going down? They haven't gotten any contact. What is this read? It's a save for MIBR, so it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
But I'm really not sure why Junior would back off there. I don't know what, because am I crazy or did Walko catch that kill into the connector, right?
He did, yes. I believe.
Okay, it's not going to be punished in the slightest. This is going to be saved. It's fine. I'm just very curious about what they saw as a collective to communicate a rotation down, because there was a moment there where Rush gets left alone. When they have so many bodies alive, there's no world where they should have a solo site player.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough situation for MIBR regardless, and I agree. I'm not entirely sure about the rotation from Junior, but it was so little time left. Perhaps they were expecting an explode and they just wanted to reinforce the B site. I think that's just a gut read that they pulled off, and it would have been the wrong one, of course, but luckily for them, MIBR doesn't decide to push, and they are just going to save their rifles. Junior, though, he's getting aggressive down long. Let's see if he finds that opener. There is a player potentially coming around the corner from Playground. And he as well. Oh, what a shot from BRN! Can Walker clean it up? He does. Settles things down.
And the spacing's too
knocked
wide.
Down over at long. He has to be careful. He needs reinforcements.
The flashbang to try and buy time, but he needs a teammate to help him out. More kills for Walco. Bomb confirmed as well. He's just dueling. It's Walco against the world. But Exit still got this rifle, and he could still make some magic happen. Gun for himself. The young buck's now got an op. Sonny out towards long. He's not being checked for. George looking for it now.
And Sonny's not looking bathrooms.
Is he going to be around? Goes a little wide. Not expecting the player to be that forward. So it is just left to exit. Clutch up. Or shot up, perhaps. He's got the first. No better way to lead than from the front here for exit. 25 seconds. There's not a lot of time to work with here. That smoke down. Is this him waving the white flag?
Yeah, it is.
No, he's going to attempt this extremely late. He's going to
way.
attempt this. There's very little time to spare. It's a desperate effort, but which side of the bank does he choose to plant on? Doesn't matter. Doesn't get there at all.
All right. Again, the time management sometimes from MIBR throughout this BO5 has been a little strange, questionable on many occasions, but I don't know, perhaps Exit thought he had a read and that no one would be there and he'd get a plant, but it wasn't the case. Rush was watching and easily finds the head. Tied up 5-5 after an incredible start from MIBR, 5-0. In fact, it's a 5-round run for EG. You're right, Mike, what you said before, how this feels like it's going to go the distance, especially what we just saw. And there we go, MIBR find an opener, then a follow-up. 4v3 in their favor. Exit takes a lot of damage.
Junior.
Oh, that is a big one. Junior pushing up long, finds BRN right after getting flashbang. That's just a timing shot that goes his way.
Massive. And it's going to slow MIBR way down. Because they were looking poised to just rock in towards the site. Now, not so much. Hex is left alone, though, and he's not got any utility for this either. So he's just going to have to straight up fight. And he's withdrawing to avoid getting caught. Might wind up playing a retake scenario here on towards B. As he knows he's light in the numbers. Can Hex connect? Creeping forward. They're gaining this ground. Now having seen nothing in bathrooms, Junior's floating down, and this could be in the nick of time. They posted. Ready to get in towards heaven. They leave themselves exposed, but Junior misses. Oh, no. Down immediately in the trade, and Hex locked out. A Molotov from Exit, that could end it. If this comes to bear, and indeed, Hex going to be burned right out of position. He has to make his move. No, it actually just sections him in and they swing. Okay. Didn't quite see where that molly landed. But a clutch available for George. And on this positioning, I mean, he could just pull off the stick. It would be a bit wild.
Oh.
If he'd found that kill on Henny, the stick was a very real possibility. But as it is, MIBR pull into the lead.
Yeah, that's a really nice find from Henny and Hex. I mean, he just stopped for a moment because he thought he had the opportunity for the frag, and I can't blame him. He did, but Henny was just a little bit better on his spray control and nails him down to the ground. So I almost wanted to see Hex just try and jump into the smoke and try and stick the defusal like you were saying, but it just wasn't possible with how aggressive Henny was playing, preventing that bomb from being touched. Timeout going to be called. Both teams get a chance to talk things over, but it's the evil geniuses who call it to see, well, what do? They have 7K for Junior, 5K for Rush, and it looks like enough money is there to justify investing, and they'll drop some guns around, creative accounting goes on, and they'll have a decent buy-up with a lot of utility available. Not the full amount, but enough. George settling for the 5-7. He can be very potent with that. The smoke immediately thrown into Monster. MIBR going to get mollied off here, but a smoke follows up immediately from them so they can get into Playground. Next. Spamming the smoke. Now would be a good time to do it. Insani's right on the other side. Oh my goodness, they're going to push into Insani. Insani's going to get two, isn't he? Oh, only one, but the trade is there as Exit gives his team the man advantage.
It's looking good. It's looking strong for MIBR. Junior might have an isolated fight here out towards long. It's BRN on the other side. So a chance maybe to even up the numbers, as BRN right now is the only moving piece of his squad, but the shot, it's missed. The second face better. Now they've seen the op. Do they want to avoid it entirely? The bomb is still way back. Somebody needs to go retrieve that. Somebody's going to need to give up position in order to get the C4. Oh, here's the op duel. Here's the phase. Henny gets the tag. He's pushed off the angle, and now Exit with the bomb. Which way do you want to take it? You've only got 35 seconds. You've seen the op. And so they are going to funnel in towards B. Molotov down from Rush. He's thinking about leaving, but he's starting to think better of it. Timing on this flashbang could be everything. Flash out, smoke fade. Oh, Exit blind firing holds the line. That could have been the round. Don't even know there would have been time for the recovery. And Rush, he could still make some magic happen. He's burning. He's aflame. But has he dropped the bomb? No. If he had done so, that would have been theirs. As it is instead, Junior needs to back away. So many moments where this could have gone off the rails. MIBR flirting with disaster on the clock once again, John.
I mean, look, Rush was just pinned into a corner by the utility that was tossed his way. The Molotov prevents his retreat, which he wanted to do. He's like, I don't have a smoke. What do I do? I'm turning back, but there's nowhere to go. And then the flash is continuing to sail in, so he's turning away from those again and again and again. And by the time they try to take a fight with him, he's really got no chance of survival. So Junior, he could lose us up. He does. That is not good either. Evil Geniuses lose the round. They lose the guns, and the op gets picked up by Henny, who's happy to have that.
He already had an op, John.
He already had it, sorry.
He was just comparing skins.
Ah, yes.
Decided he liked Junior's better.
Well, it's a good skin.
A little bit of fun being injected in there. It's always nice to see for MIBR, an encouraging sign. And the money's now shattered as we're entering the waning moments of the half. You're getting a full USP round from EG.
It's still a very tough time. Like, look at this. Like, things were so close, and now EG stuck on pistols.
And that last round, seconds. If that flashbang is slightly different time, if the swing is slightly wider, inches and seconds. If Rush catches that player on the plant. Wild the margins of error in this game. Flashbang over, first kill found. There's three. Uh-oh, that's the bomb as well. Gun's gonna be picked up, and it's all just onto Turtle. How has this just collapsed in such spectacular fashion? Walco, get that op up. It might need to be a shotgun here, but that might be enough. And there it is. Recovery for the Evil Geniuses. A full USP round. One single flashbang. One flashbang, John. And they decimate the attack of MIBR.
What? I'm sorry. What? Walco got two headshots almost simultaneously with the USP. A flashbang, like you said, pretty much the only investment for EG. They did. No, they did. It was like double dinks coming in. I think someone else also hit the shot right before Walco did. So it was an assist that came through, but still, like, they were razor sharp with their aim from those USPs. That's what it takes to win in such a fashion. That... What?
Brilliant.
I'm stunned.
Explosive. Rush, dumping the utility, making life difficult here. Nades on. Sonny low. And that's how you recover from look to be a hopeless situation in the half.
What are the odds?
Never tell them the odds. They're looking like they want to redo this boost, and George is waiting for it. George is begging for it. Ooh. There were a couple crosshairs looking for it. Look at the damage on. I think MIBR are very lucky they haven't dropped a body here. Still milling outside of B. They've not got a lot of control elsewhere. Connector at least, but nothing towards A. So MIBR starting to think about the risk of a long flank. This is always gonna end B. Unless Turtle walks onto the site, this is always ending B. And Turtle? Oh, that's a bad miss for Junior. He has not been dialed in with that AWP. We've seen a couple of these, but that might be the most egregious yet. Had the line, had the timing, had the indication that a player was there. And now, he has the opener for MIBR. Barrels player strikes. X swings. Good hold. Dynamic duo working out. Walko's still here, but he's up top. Has to try and drop down to get involved. The bomb is planted. His defender's gone. It's all onto Henny with 19 points of health. If they can win this, all will be forgiven. And he repositions, knowing he needs it. There's no smoke to cover off this bomb.
Is there any util down on the ground for them to pick up, then?
Not looking like it. If there is, it's right on the site itself. So they're just going to have to face. They're just going to have to fight. They've got the kits at least. There's the peek. There's the shot. And plenty of time to secure the round.
Wow. I mean, this is Walco putting on a show as the IGL 18-9. He is leaps and bounds ahead of everyone else on his team. The closest one is Hex at 8. I mean, it's good news for EG because usually they rely on Junior pretty heavily, especially on Overpass CT side, because he's almost always so very solid on this side of the map. But right now you can tell he's just a bit off. I think maybe a bit is an understatement. But he's been so good throughout this entire BO5 that, you know, I guess he's having his off moment. Hopefully he'll recover soon. But either way, it's the last round of this half. Rush is going to get the opener on the Turtle. Here's Junior to the wall. He tags BRN.
Now, two of these players are going to be very vulnerable, and there's 3 HEs on the other. Well, 2 HEs on the other side. Goodbye, Walco. He's done enough. Have to take a backseat for 1 round. Swing back up for Rush. It's in connector itself. The Rush might be at risk. MIBR taking their time with this one, as we have known them to be prone to do.
Yes, indeed.
Really taking their time with this one. Bomb gonna face long. Oh, into party. A long face here could be disastrous into the AWP. Juggling weaponry, 50 seconds off the clock, and Junior has slid away at the wrong moment. Hext instead.
Hex is here.
It'd be the one they have to tango with, but he's not looking this way.
Oh.
Timing might catch the best of him. Did they see him?
See him? They didn't see him yet.
No. And now an opportunity exists.
What's the read?
He's going down con. He thinks they think it's a full B play. They've seen nothing. What have they seen?
What is this read?
What is happening from the Evil Geniuses with 20 seconds to go? They're just reading that because they haven't seen anything, it has to be a B play. But there's nothing there. There's nothing doing. 15 seconds. There's no one to defend. MIBR cannot believe their luck, and now they find the kill to give the advantage over. That was a massive gamble from the Evil Geniuses, and they've come out bust. Such a good angle to hold for Exit as well. He's got so much control over this. Can bring a teammate over with this. You're just going to need an explosive play. I don't even know if they can wait for this smoke to fade. They have to jump out. They have to commit. And while George blinds that kill, he's so low. Junior connecting. This isn't done just yet. This isn't done. But Junior will fall. The last to go, and a lead for MIBR.
I mean, look, Evil Geniuses just shoved their chips all in on that B site for whatever reason. I guess, look, 20 seconds left. They think, okay, MIBR is hitting B, but I don't understand. You don't have to go for that type of gamble. Just keep the setup you had. And then if they come the A site, then you can rotate back. It's just so strange for them to opt for that. But yeah, MIBR kind of get handed a gift there in that 15th round and an 8-7 lead.
off to the races. We're into the pistol round. The bomb is down somehow, some way, and okay, MIBR win it. Well,
All right.
That was probably an exciting one, John.
Probably. Unfortunately, we missed the beginning of it, but either way, it's MIBR taking a 9-7 lead, and they're building off of that last round they picked up. In the 15th round, I still scratch my head at the decision-making for the Evil Geniuses. Let's hope for their sake that that's not the defining moment of this map.
Made a call. Was wrong.
I wonder if they had an audio cue or something. It was.
I think they just saying the time is low enough that they were just gambling that MIBR was going to be because they didn't have information on it.
Yeah.
I think it was just a read, just a gamble on that. They've been right about it a few times here. That time, not so much.
Yeah, here's the thing though. They just got the bomb plant and don't decide to force up. So that's another interesting decision. We'll see if it pans out for them. 3 Deagles, the Tech 9, and the P250. Okay. MP9's on the other side.
Want to get the guns up early here.
Yeah.
Get a bomb plant here. It's plenty fine. Not looking good for that aspect. Not at least on the jump.
Oh.
Next though.
Spicy.
Nice shot. And no more. Man, if Walco had the bomb right now, this would be sick. Unfortunately, it's on the wrong player for that play. And the bomb is now
What a
down.
shame, man.
Only onto Walco. He gained the sight. But what profit you the sight if you have not the C4? That is the book of Zero. 5:23.
Look, Walco just needs 3 headshots. He's got this.
He might do it. Walco! Certainly going to make this a lot more expensive than it otherwise would have been. That is major damage on 3 kills off of bare pistols. Not bad. Going to put MIBR on notice in this one.
Yeah, and of course, since that was just the round where Evil Geniuses decided to save after the bomb plant, that means the full buy is coming through, and it won't be the same situation for MIBR. I mean, they do have 4 M4s up. Exit has to settle for the FAMAS, and utility is not full on the other side. It's the opposite. AKs, full util. Evil Geniuses, a slight edge here. We'll see if that's enough to send them over the line to get an 8th round, but they need to hit their shots. X going to get tagged down to 76. Oh my goodness, util's connecting. Walco at 47. And MIBR doing a pretty good job in the early goings, deploying that util and still saving some for the latter part of the round. But the problem is they just used their last Molotov, and now they're going to try to push out a monster. Insani gets 1, but George and Resh get 2 back, maybe the 3rd. There it is. Path open to the B site. It is being closed quickly by MIBR. So both players here, and he gets 1, but it's all up to Exit, and Walco will fall, but Rush will not. That is it. 8th round for EG.
And there's the capitalize. That's what they needed. Now they make good on all that damage that Walco managed to pull off with the Deagle. And you've got an MIBR that, despite the lead, are a bit on the back foot here. Oh, they're going in. They're going in. Interesting here. There's the 1 rifle up for Exit. He's going to keep that. Where's he going to play with that 1 gun? Into its connector. Wants a fight. Boost up is cheeky. Aha, George reads it.
He didn't even connect the shot on George.
So aware. The little hop around completely offset his aim. That flashbang's good, but Insani's better.
How is that the way George goes down? He has a perfect read on the player boosted up in the window there in connector, and then a flashbang thrown for him, and he can't hit a shot. Oh well.
Happens.
A1S recovered now.
Gun give, gun take.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got that, but he's a lone sentinel on that lower side, and he is quite vulnerable. EG, though, seemed determined to take this A space, and actually, and he's going to come up with gamble. Hurt enough. MIBR are going to risk it, and it's absolutely the right call. So we're going to get a knockdown brawl here on the site.
Where does Walco throw that nade? If he throws it. He's far though.
Fight for. These mollies haven't spread anyone off the site. Kills coming in, but Henny strikes with the rifle. Walco now activating here on the flank, but he's overlooked 1. He's overlooked 1. Still, Henny is down. What can Insani do? There should be time. It's not quite panic stations yet. And Walco, he's now confirmed the last spot.
And Sonny, you can see the panic set in. Oh, they know where I am. I'm looking back and forth. Can't hit anything. Can't hit anything. And that's just going to be done for MIBR. Evil Geniuses started to come back into this one in the second half, and they are down by only 1 round again. Looking at not EG, looking at MIBR, their economy is gone. Only USPs. I remember what we saw in the last half. Evil Geniuses, just USPs, charged out and took some scalps on the MIBR side to win a surprising one. This time, though, we're not going to see some aggression. It's just a boost, and Hex reads it again.
You know MIBR loves these boosts, right? They're always looking for it. They're always looking for it, always ready. Just a human pyramid of USPs. Molotov locks them out of sight. Bomb should be planted. It really shouldn't be much of anything an MIBR could do at this point. Try for a little cheeky heaven USP shenanigans. Shockingly, they will not succeed. No kills go their way. EG, that scoreline is knotted up, and the money, it's flowing.
Yeah, MIBR back on their bye, though. They've got the AWP in Henny's hands, and it will be likely M4s for everyone else. Yep, that's going to come through.
No utility on for Henny, though. As a result of this buy, Insani even going to the SMG to get more nades available.
Yes. But Henny has the op. Where is he going to deploy that, and how much impact can he have? Because on that first half, Junior wasn't really able to do much with the big green. We'll see if Henny can be the difference maker. On the railing here of Party. Oh, the hits B. EG's not wasting any time. Looks like they want to go out early. Rush already peeking around from sandbags. Tiptoeing out. Insani around the corner. Turtle's got one. He goes down for the count. Insani looking for a trade, and he finds it. Exit gets one, too. Junior needs it. Needs the frag. Oh my goodness. Insani's dancing around the bullets, but he finally goes down. The
Look at this flank. Look at Henny.
MIBR still have the advantage.
Look at Henny coming around the world here. Not close enough for them to have heard that scope. Junior is a little wary, but he's going to have to brave it. And now with Junior down, it leaves it all on to Hexed. Bomb can be retrieved. They're not contesting that. He's so wary. Who can blame him? He actually does grab this bomb. A plant is likely viable. Just can't believe his luck. Oh, he wants the round. Damage on, but now they're on high alert and exit. Bring the shot through. Needed that first kill. MIBR. Hold off EG for the moment.
Sonny, that was a great swing despite the flashbang, and then he makes Junior work so hard for that frag and even does some damage in turn, so it just made it very, very difficult for EG to get back in the round after that point. And MIBR are back to their winning ways, an 11th found, although Evil Geniuses do have a full buy-up. Like you mentioned, they had a buy in the tank. Hex already fighting here towards Fountain, and he wins it. BRN dropped. 5v4. Henny can get a response. He's watching from connector, and you see Rush has already deployed utility. Henny turns away from the flashbang. Now he's going to peek out again. Can't hit the shot. Op is down, and a 5v3 now for the Evil Geniuses in the first 30 seconds of the round. So much space to play with, too.
Talk about a pace change in this one. Now see if they can capitalize. They spread the defense, but MIBR, realizing the situation, they're actually to commit to the stack on towards B. Don't mind the call. The money's putrid. If you can't win this round on the site hit, you might as well save. And EG still seem a little intent on a B approach. All the time. All the seconds. Taking all the time available to them, every grain in the hourglass, just to make absolutely sure they're not going to be surprised here. George is about to find the stack. Sooner or later. He's calling them back. Oh no, he's calling them back. Everybody's here. But George, he might just do it himself. Now they have to go in. 14 seconds. They've made a terrible mistake. The bomb is down. The Molotov in. That's MIBR winning the round. The trap has sprung the kills. No, not in time. Insani, he will be felled, but he wins this game of hide and seek. And that is an absolute bag fumble from the evil geniuses.
Oh my goodness, a 5v3. They had everything going their way. So much time on the clock, maybe too much because they kept overthinking it. And then they go to the B side with very little left on the clock and a bad read because George did not clear out Pit yet. And then the two players were there. I mean, I get it, but still those two players, if he cleans them out, it's fine. But he only gets one traded out and then exits the key. He drops both and the bomb. EG couldn't get back after that.
The danger of false information.
Yep.
Making a call before a complete picture emerges, but part of that is leaving the time so late that he felt he had to make the call if the rotation was going to come through. Oh, that is a huge missed opportunity for the evil geniuses. They get another chance here because no one survived for MIBR. But that was a premium opportunity now gone by the wayside. And this time around, it's a Tech 9 and a Mac 10 to build out the buy.
Jeez. Everything was trending in their direction. That's a tough one to lose. Junior, though, finds the opener onto Insani. That's an A1S drop. George or Walco certainly want to get their mitts on that. We'll see if they do.
They've done a good job of checking Insani in this map, right?
Yes.
Slowing down that aggression. He's still getting some. He's still doing damage, getting impact, but he's not the terror that they had to contend with on Nuke.
It looks like they don't want to give the space they've gained towards the B site here to go and grab that rifle. They're content with what they've got, and I can't really blame them. You know, that Tech 9 can still be very potent on a quick push with the Mac 10 by your side. Turtle's playing a cheeky spot.
Focus well timed. Slows things up. But still committed. They got no information elsewhere on the map, so they are going to go for this hit. Going into the stacked site, and he was just about to peel off before that flashbang came through.
Turtle's floating.
Walko's looking for this. Walko's looking for this play. Turtle up top, his foot spotted, the kill comes in. So important. That first domino falls. Flashbangs here are lethal, and Walko with that Tech 9 is just shredding heads. Destroying and dismantling what MIBR have. Bomb is down, and yeah, maybe Henny finds a kill, but he's just got a scout. He's backing away. They're tucking tail.
Not even really that good of a save either. A scout. I mean, the M4 is good, but wow, what a great job by the evil geniuses, Walko in particular. Who needs the M4? The Tech 9 gives him 2 frags, both headshots. BRN finds George, and I mean, EG doesn't need to chase because their money's not that great, but I guess they realize that if they manage to get these last 2 frags, it would be such a huge advantage, so they're going to risk it. Hext, waiting outside of long, eh? Is he going to come around the corner? He absolutely is. Oh no, he backs off at the last second. And they will let MIBR save these rifles, but that is a great one to pull back for EG. 11th picked up.
And, I mean, this is a double eco, right? So we're going to have a force buy on here. Not only is MIBR going to be risking the tied scoreline, but they're going to be risking giving up the lead. Now you get into that situation as a CT, as a defense, where you're just constantly chasing the economy. You can never feel secure. You're never going to have everything in every round, every gun round. Holds the prospect of economic ruin on the other end.
And the loss bonus is only at 1900 this late in regulation. You're right. It's so tough to build up that CT economy. Whoo, timeout going to be called. MIBR. I mean, they have a lot to talk about. Like you said, there's, I mean, it needs to be a force buy here around these rifles because it's a double eco. That's the only acceptable play. Jeez. swings have been intense here on Overpass.
They have indeed. MIBR is actually holding a lot in reserve, considering it's double eco. She's going to get the Deegs and the remaining players. A single smoke. There's not even a flashbang for this.
No body armor for any of the pistol players. I guess they're just assuming, you know, Deagles, you either hit the shot or you go down, right? So, I understand it.
Well, Connector's the first feint from Evil Geniuses. Fully clear. We got a sign boost up from MIBR. Sign boost up. That's redundant, but so it goes. Redundancies can be helpful sometimes. I do love a little boosty poo, trying to maximize these two rifles, give them chances to pop heads without trades. This boost might find damage. Might find damage. Still looking for it, and he's got his, and he falls away.
That's perfect. Only thing that could get better there is if MIBR get the upgraded gun, but in that situation, obviously not going to happen. Evil Genius is off of that. Could go A. It would be a good call because the one rifle, or one of the rifles anyway.
They check this boost. They check this boost. Yeah, now they're ready. Now they're on high alert. Okay, they were limited guns. Let's check every possible boost. Rip heads.
Oh, nice rush.
Keeps Hex alive. Keeps Hex healthy. You want to commit Henny's rifle. It's the big question here. Bomb down, ticking away. No kits, no utility. A very dangerous retake. And Henny might think about saving this gun. He's going to back away. Turtle can stick close. And Sonny's found a rifle as well. So there's a lot to take into the next round for MIBR.
Yeah, I kind of like that boost up over the sign. Yeah, he's going to spot out Turtle. So Turtle wanted to try and find one more upgrade. It didn't happen, and the other two players are going to say. But yeah, the thing I like about the boost is that the rifle player on top, if he goes down, the rifle just lands right in the lap of the player below them and gives them a chance to fight further. But in that case, it didn't work out for Exit as he immediately gets traded by Rush, but he almost found Hex. If it weren't for Rush, maybe that turns out differently. Either way, Evil Geniuses have knotted us up at 12-12. 6 rounds of regulation remain at most. And the question now becomes, will we even resolve this in 30 rounds?
Sonny's giving the gun over. I don't like that, frankly.
Well, did he
I want him to be feeling it. I want him taking it, giving himself the chances to frag. I don't know, man. Look, BRN had the extra money, which is why, because he can get the set of armor up at less of a personal cost, but let your star shine. Someone else can drop, cover the economic difference, you know?
Maybe. Or BRN gets 3K here. Who knows? X gets the first one onto Turtle.
They may have also just wanted to split the rifles between the sites. That could have been the call. But as it is, Pistol's now whittled away. Hex trying to clear these bodies off the site. He's doing a good job of it.
I think MIBR already called for the save.
Wow. I mean, I suppose it's the smart decision for the long game. But talk about a conservative play. Walker's already looking for the hunt as well.
I mean, like I was saying before, that loss bonus was not going to do you any favors heading into the waning moments of this map. So I do agree, long term, that's a very smart decision to keep the rifles in your hands and really build up whatever bank you can.
Look at the paranoia here. They can't believe it. They can't believe that this is an empty site.
Of course.
Bomb's going to go down. And yeah, now they're putting it together. Oh, it's a save. Yeah, okay. Your rifles live. Okay.
It's MIBR's no stranger to making these types of calls. So a lead for EG. Is this their first lead of the map?
Of this map, I believe so.
Yeah.
They've come to a tied scoreline before, but I believe this is their first lead.
Yeah. That's crazy.
They finally crested above MIBR, and it's a good position to do it in. There's going to be a buy here, though. MIBR, especially with those 2 saved guns, going to have a lot to work with. Single up certainly available. Don't think they'd want the double, and indeed, they'll stay away from it.
The economy's not healthy enough for that.
Well, it's also just doesn't... It's not a map that lends itself to it.
I mean... Yeah, you can run one on A, but B is...
The thing is, like, MIBR, it's like, if you like the challenge monster, it can be good, but MIBR doesn't do that much. You want to just leave a turret in heaven, I guess, but... Not ideal at this level of play.
No.
So they'll stay away from it. And you're right, they don't exactly have the cash to spare.
Right.
Looks like Evil Geniuses might be assembling a boost. Insani's watching this. Insani's watching this. He keeps his teammate alive. And there's the headshots coming through. There's a little bit of that energy coming back in.
MIBR needs a little more insanity into this one to pull it off. I mean, look, Insani's been so very impressive throughout the entirety of this. If you ignore if you ignore Inferno, of course. But he's been quieted by the Evil Geniuses because of Evil Geniuses' patient play, in particular on the T side, not letting Insani get aggressive and catch them off guard. Walco slipped into long bathrooms, and he's not looking for it.
Oh,
Walco gets a freebie, 4v4, and now the A site potentially chance for him to crack it open.
Players aren't here. Players aren't here. It's left to BRN to mount such a defense. His teammates are rotating in, but it's a little bit of panic. They're dumping utility in towards the site, and that's almost all of their nades gone. Now on a line, there's not a lot of time to spare. The flank developing, they need these kills. There's a player coming up next. This could all fall apart on the clock. 17 seconds rush is fragging out, but now Turtle comes to play, and the bodies drop, and the round, it's lost.
What on earth? That wasn't the best of executes from the Evil Geniuses. One of their Molotovs went into smoke. The first one said, okay, you know, I understand it. It caught the edge of it. Then the second one goes into a smoke as well. That could have put so much pressure on MIBR, but they couldn't do it, and then the shots did not connect.
I think some of those were actually CT mollies that extinguished as well. I believe it was both going the other way. But whatever it is, the timing definitely, it got a little chaotic. It got way too harried. They weren't prepared for the flank either. It's looking reminiscent of some of the issues that were plaguing MIBR in terms of just running way too low on that clock.
Yeah, both teams are prone to it, though. We've seen it in the past. As Hex is going to go out here, he sees a fight potentially, but can't really catch anyone off, and Junior actually gets taken down to 25. So, again, EG not able to get off on the right foot at the beginning of this round, but I mean, fortunate for them, they still have all 5 bodies to work with. Bomb has been dropped here in the upper tunnels, so they're just playing defaults, waiting for MIBR to potentially push up and make a mistake, but I mean, they've really tightened up their play on the MIBR side. Much more passive and patient, waiting for EG to come to them.
Initial prod out towards A this time. Utility sailing over. Penny ahead of it, and he's going to get checked. That's the bomb spotted as well. Initial frag found. They're bailing. 35 seconds, they're rotating with no information towards B, really?
I mean,
this is going to be another one that's Tetchy on the clock. 30 seconds. They've got nothing to really go on here on the B site. This one hurts. This one hurts. Flashbangs better be good. Molotov is better. And that might actually just determine the round. They're going to risk it. They're going to risk it. Flash out. Kills traded. And Hex somehow is making a round of this. On a line they go. But is there time for the plant?
Yes.
Just enough. A second to spare. If that. And a 2-on-2 into the post plant. Wild. But Evil Geniuses have pulled it off. They're madmen indeed. Penny will try and restore some order. George will not allow that. All onto the op, and the health doesn't matter with the big green on the other side. XD slip out. Time is starting to get low. Henny knows he has to make the move. And there's the swing. There's the kill.
way.
An improbable round. An impossible round. No time to spare. But the Geniuses have done it once more. And now they're just 2 rounds away from closing. 2 rounds away from crowning themselves champions for the first time in the ESL Challenger League.
Oh my goodness. I mean, honestly, Hex deserves a huge fist bump and high fives, everything. I mean, they should be giving this man kisses with what he just delivered to them. I can't believe he gets those 2 frags. It's nutty. And then George, in the support of the take, finds one for himself, and they close it out so beautifully. We talked about the chemistry between George and Hex in the past when Hex first joined this roster. It was looking good. That was a perfect time for it to shine through again. And they're going to go to this B side. It is stacked by MIBR with the pistols. Oh no! Could it fall apart? 3 frags for MIBR. Only Valko and Rush left standing. How could this be?
How could this be? It's just gotta be what we've had this entire time. Just when you think it's gonna be done, things fall apart. The center cannot hold. Valko. What can he do, even just to limit the amount of guns that are gonna be taken forward? This is a catastrophe for Evil Geniuses at what should have been the final hurdle. What should have been the victory stance. Valko's had a tremendous map. 27 kills to his name, all while calling. Make that 28. This isn't done yet. There's 44 seconds. There's time enough on this. He's just got 2 more to find. What a recovery it would be. Re-smoke on for the monster tunnel. Focus in. Here's the face. He gets it down to just the last, but Turtle has done it. 14 all. We're going the distance. All 30 rounds at an absolute minimum in this match.
We could see it coming from the first half, right? Ay, 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 back and forth. I just, wow. I can't understand it. It feels like EG at the critical junctures over the last couple of maps just haven't been able to take the advantages when they're available for them to snatch away from MIBR. Oh boy, tied up 14-14. EG, they're gonna opt for the force buy. They got 2 AKs, the Galil, the MAC-10, and the Tech-9. Money is still okay for MIBR. Even if they lose this round, they should have a decent buy-up. But it won't be that great for BRN, who's at $0. Here comes Evil Geniuses. They're trying to pick up the pace a little bit. Molotov flies in, and Sonny's ready. He's got 1, 2, maybe the 3rd, and he does indeed find the 3-piece. Valko and Junior, last 2 standing. Junior's pretty far up, but I mean, he's flashed to oblivion here, and Insani wants to rack up a 4th.
Might just get punished here. Gap in the smoke. Nade chiming down. And of course, it had to be an Insani monstrous play to send them through, but no. He's been felled. This isn't done yet. 50 seconds. There's again time to work. Again, Valko working on the other side. The op shot, though, will end his shift. 1 more on. Junior snappy, but can't bring it home. Map point. Match point. Season point for Season 45 on the line now. MIBR. 1 more needed. But EG, this has been a game of egos. This has been a game of improbable rounds. Can they find 1 more here, John, and take us to extra time?
Oh my goodness. It's, yeah, I don't know. The way things have gone, yeah, they could. Even with this very paltry buy-up of only 3 Tech-9s, a P250, and a Deagle, with their season on the line. Oh my goodness. Evil Geniuses so close, yet so far from a chance to win their first ever Challenger League title. But now they're going to have to do it in overtime, if at all. Valko staring down at a Molotov. And Evil Geniuses are grouping up. It looks like they want to hit the A site. George is hoping, praying that someone gets a little impatient so he can clock them in the head with the Tech-9 and get himself a rifle upgrade, then rotate around to the A site to support this execute.
Just keeping the options open as the lurk. Here's going to be the play. Junior, a little bit of support utility. George trying to pull a bit of a fake. He's dumping his. On go the nades. Just a little bit of a hesitation, hoping to be injected in. That close the gap, but look at the damage off these nades. The flashbang's good. The flashbang's good. The kills are coming in, but BRN.
Chaos.
Oh, he's been laid low. Guns are being picked up. Hex has an op. Hex has an op. The big green might be exactly what he needs here. First shot can't land, but there's time enough. 35 seconds and confidence. There's no flank. Ooh, that's a headshot. Through the box, there's the kill. This isn't done. This isn't done by any measure. Hex dancing on the dice is doing so much in terms of damage. George now there to support and down to just the one. Turtle in the clutch. First one found, but against the ult, there is no quarter. We're going to overtime. Hex, he's done it. He's delivered them beyond.
Oh my goodness, it's one flashbang again through the smoke, and then Evil Geniuses slip on through. Hex finds the frag, picks up the op, and delivers the Evil Geniuses an overtime that seems so very unlikely, but it's just a perfect example of how this series has gone. We head beyond regulation to see who will be the champion here in Challenger League.
With how this series has gone, with how far we've come, you knew we couldn't end it in regulation. You knew we couldn't just end it with 30 rounds of Overpass. No, we need all of the rounds of Overpass. Every possible round. MIBR against the Eco cannot close. Against the Force Buy, they can't seal the deal. And those rounds, they've haunted them. They have haunted them in a big way. And now they got to try and win it all over again.
I mean, I think it's haunted both teams, right?
True.
That pistol round where it felt like Evil Geniuses were going to come out and take the lead and really control the map, then no, it doesn't. I mean, it's MIBR who just dismantled them. So, We'll see if fatigue starts to set in and more mistakes come through, or if one of these teams can batten down the hatches and step up to a level beyond what they've played here tonight. BRN hunting for some information towards long, eventually decides that the best course of action is to go back to the A site and join up with Henny, who's posted up with the op, not moving a single muscle. Eventually takes a step back here.
30 seconds on and all 10 are alive. Turtles now found contact. That's George. He's just the lurker. Now the hit comes through. It's all going to be about this A take. They've left themselves no time to spare. 20 seconds. And the first foray, not quite dead just yet. And Walko actually finds this frag. That's wild, but they have to plant with players still on. It's denied. No, the bomb goes down. A chance to maybe win this. But it's such a slim one, and a wounded Walko will be put into the dirt. A fight under the last, and that one is all MIBR. The round they needed in regulation, they find immediately into overtime.
Yeah, I thought Welko slipping through and getting past the shots that were being fired at him from long would have been the difference maker in that, and he does actually get a frag afterwards, but the Evil Geniuses just barely plant the bomb. A nice swing coming through from the MIBR players, and then, well, the round easily goes their way. Only one frag connected on by EG. And I think another thing that was their problem, which, again, kind of epitomizes how things have gone here, is they wasted way too much time setting things up and didn't go soon enough. .148 here, round number 2 of this first overtime.
This first overtime. Are you anticipating more?
I'm always anticipating more, Mike.
Always anticipating more, folks.
Especially on Overpass. I'm sorry.
You never know. Text gonna clear one. Spots the second as well. Some information. They know BRN's position, and these are likely the only 2A defenders, so EG can collapse upon this. They're making a lot more moves to this round. Taking the space a bit quicker. Junior's looking for that info hop. Oh, BRN's going for it. Not quite on the spot. There's the shot. What a flick! What a flick from Junior. Light speed onto that one. I know MIBR are in big trouble. They're floating 2 players up to try and defend, but the space may have already been lost. Walko stemmed in by a smoke. Here comes the maneuver. Molotov's around the dice box. Pressure on. Exit's got the spot. The cheeky position. Insani there for a crossfire at time. Starting to become an issue again. It's not quite a crisis yet, but the kills certainly are. And Insani exploding back into this game. 3 to his name already, and a 4th potentially on the way. Walko.
20 seconds.
Doesn't have the time to be backing away. He has to fight forward. He was hoping someone would come looking for him, but that hasn't been the case. They've gone more conservative. Might just lose this on the clock. Has to plant open, hoping they'll swing. They do indeed, but he was not ready to handle them.
I mean, he made the right play, honestly, given the circumstances he was in, and if he hits those shots, it would have been interesting, but unfortunately for Walko and the Evil Geniuses, they're now down by 2 here in overtime and at risk of being swept here in this first half. Great job from him. I mean, that flick from Junior was ridiculous. I was thinking, okay, here's where Junior wakes up in overtime, but no, it's Insani who's the one that starts to open his eyes and make his mark on this match. I should say map, because he's already made his mark on this series.
Certainly has. Certainly has. What a time to find it again. Take that impact. Raise it to the next level. Four players here on the B site. Evil Genius are trying to apply pressure. Not finding home just yet, and this one's looking like another one that's going to be a very late finish. Look at the positioning of the bomb. They've been looking for forward contact, and MIBR has been giving them nothing. Now BRN's going creeping in. Now he's going for a poke behind the divider smoke. "40 seconds on the clock. They're going to need to brave this at some point." Here comes the execute. BRN can shut this all down. BRN can end this round right here and now. BRN gonna find the first. He's blinded up. The trade is there. It's a 1-for-1, maybe the ideal situation. And meanwhile, look at how far out Walco has crept. They're rotating down off of Walco's space. He's gonna try and capitalize, but they are leaving themselves no time. Once again, playing with the margins. Turtle claimed, but Insani's on the line, and that's all they need. They have to plant this bomb. They aren't finding the cover to do so. It's just a fight. It's just a brawl. It's on to Junior, and in the clutch, he cannot pull it off. All of the rounds for MIBR as we swap sides.
I just feel like EG
is doing them no favors with their clock management.
Yeah, they were their own worst enemy in that first half of overtime. They continued to wait until the very last moment to go for their executes, and I mean, it cost them because they couldn't clear out the angles correctly. Ay, MIBR, 18 rounds, one more. And they've done it. The three-peat will be theirs.
Triple crown, three-peat. 3-time back-to-back-to-back winners. Never been done.
I mean, they've won it cleanly the past 2 times. This has been the closest final we've had for quite a few seasons of Challenger League. Is it all going to end here? Or does EG have enough in the tank to push us to another overtime? It's what they have to do.
It's what they have to do. No options about it. Gotta show us what they've got. And at least the time can't run out on them in this half.
I think MIBR goes quick here.
Early utility down. They're certainly going to probe. They're certainly going to test. In towards B, thinking about the knockout blow. But a Molotov down, well, that'll slow things. Look at the rotation from EG. 2 players already down connector. They were so ready for this to be a full B play.
They were.
Might still be. Just a little bit of a hitch. Exit. Trying to create some noise elsewhere. Their options open. And look at how much of the CT utility got dumped. Anticipating that faster play. There's really only 1 smoke remaining. Junior's gone back to line it up. So Monster will be re-smoked. But it's coming in from the other side of the map. And to MIBR, that might tell them the nades are running a bit low. What's available? George has a Molotov. That's it on this side of the map.
George.
He's going to rip it right as the smoke fades.
Yeah, it's going to be so critical here. And he could get caught before he throws it. Oh no, Hext is going to get one. George, a second 5v3. The Evil Genius is trying to hang on to life here. MIBR, they could get 2. There's 1. Not the second. Wow, that's huge from George. Fully blinded. He's just holding the angle and spamming.
That was a bit of desperation, but MIBR, they've come up against a brick wall named George and Hext. Exit, even if he gets this kill, time is going to be such an issue. And Walco is not serving himself up on a silver platter. The kill will come through, but Exit just does not have the time to do anything about this round. 12 seconds. I don't even think he could get a plant if there was no one shooting back at him.
No.
So it goes. The clock, again, a perennial presence in these rounds. The Evil Geniuses aren't done with this season just yet.
16th round secured. And this is the key fight right towards Monster. It's just back and forth, and that, the critical one. George blinded, still connects on one, and even finds a third afterwards. Whew, he hasn't been too loud throughout this map, but that is a good time to make some noise as he helps his team pick up a 16th. 5th round of the overtime. Turtle pushing up into connector. MIBR, they're taking the space, but they're not committing yet. They're waiting to get an opening frag before they decide where this bomb is going to go. The one to grab the bomb will likely be BRN. if they rotate to B. If not, thinking it's going to be exit. Right now, they don't seem too keen on going to the B site because of the smoke and the util that's been thrown here by the evil geniuses. And you see, exit grabbing that bomb may indicate a rotation to the A site. Perhaps not. They're really working the clock here, Mike. Oh, what a pick from Walco.
So they've been stymied out towards A. All their control has been denied. What little they were looking for. No longer available. Now 45 seconds on the clock. They're braving Monster once more, but a late smoke. They're just going to be past this. They're going to be past this on the face. Hex served up. And Sonny failed after just one, but the trade is there. The hit coming through. Rush. What do you got to hold the line? They may not expect him this far forward. Pass and Rush. No, can't capitalize. Great headshot out from BRN. And now the bomb.
So out of position.
Might just be finding the plant. Walco trying to come back through. Junior up in towards heaven. The Molotov stalls it. But it can't fully deny. But the nade certainly can. Attack onto Walco, but they have to plant the Molotov. Might just have done it. Again, we're going for another round. The madness, provided Junior can live. And he's done exactly that. MIBR cannot find the closer. We're in the madhouse right now. And we're going the distance once more every possible round.
Maximum efficiency from those Molotovs thrown by the evil geniuses. They section off the bomb in one direction. It can't get to the site. And then a perfect one from Walco after he finds a frag right when the bomb was about to be planted. That is just fantastic clutch work by the evil geniuses when everything is on the line. Last round of the first overtime.
One more attempt. MIBR did such masterful work in the first. Have not been able to capitalize. Look at this. Look at this change up. Look at this aggression. We haven't seen this at all. And now
this is huge.
They've got so much information. This flank is going to be brutal. George even rerouting around to go up to connector. Junior's got to be ready for them to be coming out long, but he's got reinforcements behind. A little bit of extra comfort, and here comes the peak, but Henny wins it. Junior had all the preparedness. It was left eye into right eye, but still, Henny wins. And now they're watching for this flank because they're wondering,
oh my.
MIBR, 2 men up, might just be doing it here. Clock hitting 50 seconds. Walco by the sign, the only one on site proper. It's a forward setup. George to come up top and it's utility sailing, so Walco's going to try and assert himself here. The Molotov is good. It nets him the kill. There's still plenty of time. 35 seconds to spare. That's a brilliant move. He picks up the Molotov. He stalls out further. A little bit of maneuvering, but he's lost his teammate. Needs the comrade to come up top. George trying to rotate in, and now it's all going to be George in the clutch. This bomb is going down. Nothing that can be done about this. George way too far away. They're nervous. They think he might be around any possible corner, but Exit will plant the bomb. The clock won't lose it for them this time, and Turtle will seal the deal on the victory. The triple crown is theirs. MIBR have done it for 3 seasons in a row. They are your ESL Challenger League champions.
Oh my goodness, and so well deserved.